Jerry Seinfeld will be joining us, and the gentleman who calls trains down at Penn Station. But right now, it's time, and thank heavens it is, for another installment. Oh, my God. It's getting to be a bigger installment. Time for another installment of Everyday Etiquette Tips using these two guys right here. You know them, you love them, as examples. A segment we like to call Do's and Don'ts with Frank and Fred. Tonight, the topic is entitled Making the Marriage Work. Let's get right to it, shall we? Do's and Don'ts with Frank and Fred. Fred is kind of the all-American guy. Fred knows how important laughter is in a marriage, and he does his best to keep his wife amused. That's Fred right there. Frank has a foreign lady come in twice a week to tickle his wife. Don't worry about the horse being blind. Just load the wagon. Just load that. Just get it as full as you can. And Fred and his wife shop very carefully. He says, "Gee, I love it too, honey, but we just can't afford it." Frank is also very careful. He says, "Gee, I love it too, honey, but the clerk is watching." Maybe a little more music, Paul. Thank you. Fred keeps the spark in his marriage by occasionally bringing home flowers and gifts. Frank keeps the spark in his marriage by occasionally making a pass at his wife's father. Just load the wagon. Every year on their anniversary, Fred and his wife repeat their wedding vows. Oh, that's very nice. Thank you. Frank also gets married about once a year. Paul? Use that as kind of segue music from now on. Fred says, "I have absolutely no secrets from you, my darling." Frank says, "She's lying, darling. I've never owned an orphanage." It's nice. Kind of a swell there at the crescendo. Fred's wife suggested that they buy a pair of love bats to work out their aggression. Yes, I think we can all see this one coming up 6th Avenue, can't we? Frank's wife suggested the same thing, but he misunderstood. Heard once again from the lady with the whistle. And not a minute too soon. Fred knows his wife occasionally needs time alone. Frank feels the same way. It's just awful. It's just, I don't endorse this. I just do whatever they put in front of me. Fred's marriage, well, this is a happy note, will certainly last forever. Frank's wife hasn't been seen in several weeks. That's Do's and Don'ts with Frank and Fred, ladies and gentlemen.